Okay, 31b. How many filters are needed to reduce the mass of pollutants to less than 80 grams? Okay, well, from the previous question, okay, we have got, and where n here is the number of terms. Now remember, the terms in the sequence, n is not the number of filters. I got to think about that. The number of filters is going to be one less than this, okay? So over to the side here, I'll put the number of filters is n minus 1. And now we come back into this, so 700, 0.82 to the n minus 1. Now, I want this to reduce down to 80 grams, which means I'm looking for which term that happens at. So the first thing that I would do here would be to divide by 700 here. And what that's going to do is that's going to leave me with 8 over, actually we can do a little bit better than this. Let me just divide that out here, 700. In simplest form, that's going to be 4 over 35 is equal to 0.82 to the n minus 1. Now, in Math 30, you're going to learn a wonderful way of handling that type of problem here. But for right now, the thing that I wanted you to do with this is I want you to go to your calculator and we're going to graph this. Okay, and we're going to find the point of intersection. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to graph 0.82, okay, to the power of x minus 1. Okay, and there's my graph. And then I'm going to come down here and I am going to graph 4 divided by 35. Okay, and there we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my menu and I'm going to find, analyze graph here. I'm going to find that point of intersection. And I'm going to move this over. Oh, and it's off the screen here. So what I got to do is I got to actually go, I got to kind of escape out of this. Okay, I got to go in here and change my window. Make my window settings I got to make this a fair bit bigger here. So I don't know, maybe I'll make this, what would be good here? I'm talking about the number of filters here. Let's just make this up to 20. Okay. Now what I'll do here is I look for my point of intersection and I see it right there. Now I'm going to have to pull this a little closer. My eyes are getting a little wonky here. The answer that I'm getting here is that n, the point of intersection there, is 11.9. Okay, so now it takes 11.9 filters, or at n at 11.9 to get to exactly 80 grams. Now 11.9 filters doesn't make any sense, so what I got to do is I got to round that up. Therefore n is equal to 12. But remember that the number of filters is n minus 1. Therefore, we're talking about 11 filters, 11 filters total to get to a point where we're less than 80. And again, that's because the first term out of these 12 terms in this sequence, the first term represents no filter being used at all.